Did you ever think that the Galaxy Warriors needed to get blown? Well, they did. As in blow molded, and it was called Galactic Gladiator. I'm pretty sure with all the bootlegs and knockoffs, they must have found just about every way imaginable to rename Galaxy Warriors. Galactic Gladiator! It's the hip new series that no one wants! Also, I tend to feel like the Galactic Gladiator name only really fits the Spikes bootleg here and not really so much anyone else in the series. But I do rather dig the card back design with the 80s grid and pink and purple sky. Galactic Gladiator keeps some of the original design elements from the Galaxy Warriors card back, like the two purple lines at the top, because we all know that's super important. I just find it kind of bizarre how many of these Galaxy Warrior bootlegs kept this two-color stripe thing at the top of the card. The Galactic Gladiators were made in Hong Kong and seem to have been primarily distributed around the UK, as that's where I've seen almost all of these get sold from. We do have a company name attached to these as well, SIL. Since that's not a lot to go on, I didn't find much about SIL. The only thing I found that might have a connection is this old toy car, which was stamped SIL on the bottom, but that was being sold out of the States, so it's unlikely there's actually a connection. It's pretty likely that SIL came and went about as quickly as these Galactic Gladiators did. And these figures do seem to be on the rarer side of the Galaxy hole, maybe because they were just primarily distributed in the UK. So I managed to get 4 out of the 6/7 Galactic Gladiators, more on that in a second, 2 carded and 2 loose. The card back does give us names for these Galaxy Warrior bootlegs, so that's nice. We can do a roll call. Draglad! Galtor! Matubi! Odin! Ogon! Thorg! So like I said at the beginning of the video, the primary identifying feature of the Galactic Gladiators is that they're blow molded, because we all know that we needed super light variants of Galaxy Warrior / Fighters figures. Also, Galactic Gladiator apparently really loved that mismatching head and body color thing that was very prevalent in the Muscle Warrior line. Also, it is kind of disappointing that there's no Anubi or Sahak Galactic Gladiator variant. I think my favorite mismatching body color is the orange one that they gave the Huck bootleg Thorg. And speaking of Thorg, I'm guessing they got that name from Galaxy Warrior Thor and just added a G to it and thought that was clever enough and called it a day. And instead of calling their actual Thor bootleg Thorg, they did, I think, what is my favorite rename of the Galactic Gladiator series by calling him Odin. They just thought, we'll name him a different Norse god and call it good, and that'll be really funny if anyone bothers to make that connection. Now, renaming the Galaxy Warrior Spikes Matubi is another odd choice, and I'm pretty sure they must have started with the Anubi character name from Galaxy Warriors and then modified that into Matubi. And of course, this isn't the only time there is a weird name connection between Anubi and Spikes, since the Anubi mold copy in Turley Gang was also named Spikes. The only Galaxy Fighter character in Galactic Gladiators and the most popular Galaxy Fighter character to put in these bootleg lines was Galaxy Fighter Iguana, who was called Draglad. I'm guessing that's supposed to mean he's like Dragon Boy, as it's a combo of like dragon and lad. I mean, maybe he's gonna join the drag race, I don't know. Baltard was given a stupid green body, so maybe he's like sick and dying, and he's called Galtor, which means absolutely nothing, which Baltard is. He is absolutely nothing. But stupid Muscle Warrior Baltard with the goatee! Shut up! And then last and certainly least, we have the copy of Triton renamed Argon, which I don't know, maybe that was supposed to evoke Aragorn from Lord of the Rings? And by the way, Matubi here broke the usual galaxy color scheme by having red trunks with a purple belt, since they usually seem to keep purple belts with green trunks, and then red trunks usually have a brown or black belt with them. Yeah, I know, it's pretty shocking stuff, but Galactic Gladiator dared to go there. So this Galactic Gladiator line kind of combines some parts from the two main Galaxy Hero lines. All the bodies of the Galactic Gladiators most closely resemble the main Galaxy Hero line. There has been a bit of a modification of the hands on the figures though, as they've kind of been turned in a bit. This is especially noticeable when you put a weapon in one of their hands, as they'll be holding it more in front of their body instead of straight out like the original figures did. Galactic Gladiator, I think, is the only time that the Spikes character appeared on one of these Galaxy Hero Type 1 bodies, as he was in the Muscle Warrior line, but not the regular Galaxy Hero line. So yeah, even though the bodies most closely resemble the Galaxy Heroes one, which I'm pretty sure they must have copied for this line, a lot of the heads in the line were copied from the Muscle Warriors one. So Thor has his little goatee like he did in Muscle Warriors, but didn't originally or in Galaxy Heroes. And the same thing goes for Baltard / Galtor. And Baltard is also where we get our possible 7th character in Galactic Gladiators, as there's a wrestler variant of Baltard with the same Galactic Gladiator blow mold body. I'm not 100% certain that was released as a Galactic Gladiator, but if it wasn't, I really don't know what line it was from, because I haven't seen another blow mold line like this yet. At least ones with this exact body type with the curved in hands. I have seen other blow molded Galaxy Hole figures. And I think old Huck / Thorg shows off the best the weird blow molded nature of these figures, as you can see some clear parts in them, like on his bicep. Also, you can see through his left knee pretty well here. And again, with this character, you can tell that the head definitely came from the Muscle Warrior version of Huck. You can still faintly see a Hong Kong stamp on the lower backs of these figures, which they've tried to take off, but they didn't do it perfectly. And that's another good indicator that they've bootlegged these bodies off of the Galaxy Heroes. It's kind of funny they even bothered to try and take that off though, since these were still made in Hong Kong. So it's kind of funny how they've used the Muscle Warrior version of the Triton head mold, but they've modified it some and taken his mustache off. And of course, they had to take the Iguana head from the regular Galaxy Hero since he wasn't in Muscle Warriors. Again, as far as I know, it's always hard to be 100% certain on anything Galaxy Hole related. There was very little variation as far as the accessories went in the Galactic Gladiator line. They all came with this type of shield and the curved sword. The only real change-up you'd see was getting a square harness or a sun harness. And I know my Drag Lad's square harness has the cross symbol on it, but I'm like 99% sure that originally did not come with him. The Galactic Gladiator's harnesses tend to be a bit on the sloppy side too, with some plastic overrun in spots. And since these are blow molded, they weigh almost nothing. There's quite a weight difference when you're holding one of the solid Galaxy Hero figures compared to these blow-molded things which feel like they'd easily blow away. Galactic Gladiators always getting blown. That's not a good catchphrase. The curved-in sword action of these Galactic Gladiators is kind of silly too, because if you move it up too high, it makes it look like they're gonna cut their own head off. Yeah, Galactic Gladiator. You maniacs! You blew them up! And the blow-molded nature of these bootlegs gives them very little weight, so they'll fall over extremely easily. It also seems that the one accessory on these figures that could change was just completely random, as you might get a sun or square harness on the same figure. They only have head and arm articulation like Galaxy Heroes, and like the Muscle Warriors bodies, the colors often don't match the heads. It's kind of funny with these figures figures because if they just swapped around some of the heads with the bodies, there would have been less odd matchups, but hey, at least this gives us a Baltard whose body is covered in mold, I guess. Or, speaking of mold, it's Mold Copy City up in here. Some of the odd body colors are the most inspired thing going on here, but unfortunately green is not a creative color. They also tilted the hands in slightly off the Galaxy Hero body molds they copied. Such massive changes, woo! I suppose they can get a little bit for the blow mold construction too, but not much. 3. When you're this far deep into the galaxy hole, of course it's gonna get a bit weird. You really have to wonder who these were really for at this point. This is the cheap version of the cheap version of the cheap version of Masters of the Universe. Galaxy Heroes ended up bootlegging itself later down that line, but this is a completely new line with different, cheaper constructions. 7. I am rather fond of the 80s-ness of the Galactic Gladiator card, and I really love that it's a line that decided to give us yet another set of names for these silly Galaxy Warrior characters. 7. These immediately feel cheaper than even Galaxy Heroes, which at least have a solid body compared to these hollow ones because they blew it. The paint also seems to chip away quite easily compared to most Galaxy bootlegs. 2. And the bootleg zones overall is 6! I am amused by these bootlegs of knockoffs, and really just how many Galaxy Warrior name variations exist. But unlike Galaxy Heroes, Galactic Gladiators didn't even bring us any new characters or head molds.
Stand back, you galactic dickweeds, or I'll cut my own head off.
What? Why would you do that?
To complete that game, Matubi, you're no match for Odin. I'll cut my head off much quicker than you.
Draglad thinks it may be time to associate with other people. Shut up, Draglad! No one else is gonna want you besides us stupid galactic gladiators with your dumb red body. I'm the most normal of all of us since I'm the only one with the correct body color!
Who are you to say what and what isn't normal, Matubi? You're standing there with a sword to your own neck. But I always just thought I was wearing an orange bodysuit anyway. Though I do seem to have bubbles in me. That can't be good.
Stupid dog! I do not miss him at all!
I guess it's up to you now, Draglad. Choose which one of your best friends shall perish. Oh, Matubi, you sure know how to overstate your importance to me. Both of you, do it!
Are you kidding me, Draglad? After all we've gone through?
Oh yeah, you're right. Do it, coward.
I don't like this skit. It's inappropriate, and it doesn't have Baltard in it. Hey, if there's gonna be a Baltard in this skit, it should be me. I'm the one who looks closest to the Baltard they used in Galactic Gladiators. I hate you. You're not a real Baltard. I'm just gonna call you Galtor from now on.
Baltard, that is so racist of you. I am not Galtor. My body is not covered in gangrene.
I hate you. You're not my real father. Holy shit. Was I supposed to be a father figure to him?
I don't care. This skit wasn't about you. You're not a galactic gladiator. Die!
Matubi accidentally cut his own neck while killing Baltard, and the other galactic gladiators died off screen. Good story. The end.